In the modern era, with the rapid development of technology, humans increasingly depend on external devices to support their lives, from smartphones, automated machines, to artificial intelligence. However, ironically, while human intellect today has reached the pinnacle of physical technology, we are gradually losing a profound connection with another kind of technology, intrinsic technology, which was deeply respected and preserved by ancient civilizations. This is the power of consciousness and the operation of the energy system within humans. Centered on the third eye, a deep awareness center that can directly influence one's experience of reality. The ancients did not merely live based on reason or the physical body. They actively and systematically harnessed spiritual energy. A prime example of this miraculous ability is the construction of monuments like the Egyptian pyramids, which modern science still cannot clearly explain how they were built. Many researchers believe that purely physical tools could not have completed these wonders. Could it be that our ancestors once accessed a form of non-physical technology, spiritual, energetic, and consciousness technology? The answer may lie in ancient manuscripts, the refined records about the mechanisms of human and universe operation. However, most of that knowledge was lost after historical upheavals. Most tragically, the burning of the Library of Alexandria, the place holding thousands of years of human knowledge. Since then, many mysteries about humanity and the universe have sunk into darkness, dismissed as mysticism or superstition. In the modern world, there are no shortage of individuals and organizations who unintentionally or intentionally obstruct the revival of this kind of knowledge. Partly because they fear that if humans discover their true power, the control and dependency systems, which benefit a few, would be shaken. In a society where fear, scarcity, and doubt are exploited to control collective behavior, individual awakening is the greatest threat to old power structures. Fortunately, despite being buried, the light of ancient knowledge still quietly burns. Teachings from yogis, sages, shamans, hermetic occultists, and ancient Egyptian traditions all mention the Ajna chakra, or the third eye, as a center of awareness beyond the physical senses. It is where we can see the inner world, rise above the illusions of the five senses, and reshape the reality we live in. For this reason, the journey inward, awakening the third eye, is not merely a spiritual or meditative practice. It is the journey to rediscover a forgotten technology. A return to the pure inner power that once helped our ancestors accomplish feats that still amaze the world today. This video begins with an invitation. Remember that you are a far more powerful being than you once believed. You were not born just to be swept away by the burdens, anxieties, and limits of the physical world. Inside you is a divine biological machine, as Patanjali, the father of ancient yoga, called it, capable of transforming reality if you know how to operate it properly. The first goal in this journey is to understand the origin and role of the third eye, thereby opening a door to freedom, creativity, and the ability to actively shape your own destiny. And to do that, we need to look back and learn from humanity's greatest teachers, those whom history has called creators of reality. To understand how the third eye, or Ajna chakra, operates, we first need to delve into the human energy structure through the chakra system, which is the foundation of ancient yoga science. One of the first to systematize the scattered knowledge about chakras into a coherent philosophy was Patanjali, a great sage who lived before the era of Christ. He is regarded as the father of yoga science, having authored the Yoga Sutras, a guidebook illuminating how to operate and optimize the human machine. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali mentions 114 chakras throughout the body, but among them, 7 main chakras are considered the largest energy centers, representing 7 levels of consciousness evolution. The entire practice of yoga, from breathing, meditation, to body movement, aims to help life energy, prana, ascend from the lowest level of survival instinct to the highest level of cosmic integration, also called enlightenment. The 7 main chakras and the journey of consciousness elevation. 1. Muladhara, root chakra. This is the lowest energy center, located at the base of the spine. When energy is stuck here, people focus only on basic survival needs like eating, sleeping, and safety. This level of consciousness is comparable to animals. 2. Svadhisthana, sacral chakra, located in the lower abdomen. This is where sexual energy and pleasure reside. When energy concentrates here, the individual tends to seek sensual enjoyment, especially sex, pleasure, and personal gratification. 3. Manipura, solar plexus chakra. This area is associated with action, personal power, and the desire for control. People whose energy centers mostly in Manipura tend to be decisive, strong, but sometimes act thoughtlessly, like a blind warrior. 4. Anahata, heart chakra. When energy reaches here, the mind opens to love, compassion, and creativity. People with energy focused at Anahata are often artists, poets, or deeply sensitive souls moved by beauty. 5. Vishuddha, throat chakra. This is the center of expression and influence, where words hold the power to shape reality. Energy concentrated here helps individuals become inspiring communicators, leaders, or influential spokespersons. 6. Ajna, third-eye chakra. This is the center of intuitive intelligence and deep awareness. When energy is led up to Ajna, the individual attains intellectual realization, the ability to see through phenomena, read energy, and self-adjust perception. Ajna is the gateway connecting reason and intuition, the physical world and the invisible world. 7. Sahasrara, crown chakra. This is the highest level, where energy dissolves into the universe, transcending duality. Here, the individual attains enlightenment, where the small self disappears, and only complete unity with universal consciousness remains. Blank. Blank. Throughout this journey, Ajna, the third eye, acts as a critical transit hub. It is the last point within duality, where we still observe the world but are no longer identified with it. When the third eye awakens, people can see not only the physical world but also the energy flow and subconscious within. It is not merely a spiritual organ but a principled tool for shaping reality. Because external reality is always a mirror reflecting internal perception. Raising energy from the root chakra up to Ajna is the focus of all yoga and meditation practices. It is the journey from survival instinct to inner wisdom. And only when an individual can see with the third eye do they truly see, not with physical eyes but with pure Limitless awareness. In the next section, we will dive into a specific method to activate the third eye through a simple but extremely effective visualization technique designed to work alongside the subconscious and sleep cycles. A method you can apply starting today to begin reconstructing your reality from within. After understanding the central role of the Ajna chakra, third eye, in the energy system, it is time to move into practice, where theory meets experience. One simple but very effective way to activate the third eye is visualization. Designed to synchronize internal awareness energy with the deep subconscious. The goal of this technique is to help you access the Reality Navigation Center, where you can change your perspective, your feelings, and thereby change your reality. Why does visualization have such power? The human brain cannot clearly distinguish between real experience and vivid visualization. When you visualize something with full emotion, image, sound, sensation, for the nervous system, it is almost real. This is the core principle of many meditation, healing, and reprogramming reality methods. When combined with the alpha state, slow brainwave frequency, you are directly planting image seeds into the subconscious, the main place responsible for attracting, shaping, and maintaining your life circumstances. Blank. Blank. Visualization technique for the third eye. Step-by-step guide. Step 1. Prepare your space. Find a quiet place, free from disturbance for at least 10 to 15 minutes. The ideal time is just before sleep, when the brain naturally enters the alpha state. Sit or lie in a comfortable position. Back straight, eyes gently closed. Step 2. Relax and enter the alpha state. In your mind, visualize the following numbers in sequence. O number 3 3 times, 3, 3, 3. O number 2 3 times, 2, 2, 2. O number 1 3 times, 1, 1, 1. With each number, feel your body sinking deeper into relaxation. Awareness slowing down, becoming calmer. Step 3. Activate the third eye. Gently direct your eyeballs upward to the middle of your forehead, the Ajna chakra location. No need to strain your eyes. Just softly focus your attention on this point. You might feel slight pressure or gentle vibrations. This signals the third eye beginning to respond. Step 4. Visualize the problem you are stuck on. Choose a specific issue in your life: work stagnation, relationship, finances. Recreate that situation vividly in your mind. Images, feelings, sounds, colors, facial expressions, emotions of being stuck. Feel the discomfort, confusion, and no way out state. Step 5. Release the problem to the higher self. Visualize the problem being gathered into an energy sphere at your heart center. For 3 seconds, exhale and imagine this sphere flying upward, sending it to your higher self. Know that from this moment, the problem no longer belongs to you. It is being handled at a higher level. Step 6. Visualize the solution. Now, while keeping attention at the middle of the forehead, begin to visualize life after the problem is solved. Recreate scenes of success, relief, joy. You are laughing, receiving good news, achieving desired results. Use all 5 senses. The feeling of touching the achievement, sounds of congratulations, sunlight, vivid colors, pleasant smells. The more vivid, the easier the subconscious accepts it. Step 7. Send the solution to the higher self. Once again, gather all the positive images into a light sphere at your heart. Exhale and send the sphere flying upward, trusting that the future is now activated. Blank. Blank. Notes after completion. Do not repeat the exercise for 3 days. Instead, pay attention to small signs appearing in reality, new opportunities, unexpected meetings, strange inspirations. Any positive event, no matter how small, should be regarded as confirmation from the universe that you are on the right path. If after 3 days nothing happens, you can repeat the exercise with the same problem or move to another issue. Blank. Blank. This is a powerful method combining the energy of the third eye and the deep subconscious, capable of changing how you see life and how life responds to you. Practice regularly, but more importantly, trust the power within you. Because reality is always a mirror reflecting your own consciousness. When you have fully practiced the visualization technique with the third eye, the next task is not to immediately repeat it or force the result, but to observe the world around you subtly and openly. This is the step most people skip, and it is also why they cannot realize that a miracle is happening. After sending the image of the problem and solution to the higher self, you no longer need to control the process. Instead, the state of receptivity and readiness to receive is the key for reality to respond to you. The universe communicates not by words but by signs, symbols, coincidences, seemingly random things that are in fact precise and purposeful. Recognizing signs. When reality begins to talk to you, remember, signs are not always grand or spectacular events. They can be a small message, an old friend unexpectedly contacting you, a fleeting idea, a small business opportunity. If you visualize gaining more customers, then someone expressing interest in your product is a sign. If you visualize financial freedom, then unexpectedly receiving a small amount of money or an income increase opportunity is a message from reality that you are on the right track. A common mistake is people ignoring small signs because they expect something bigger and clearer. However, all great things begin from the smallest movements. The more you appreciate and acknowledge the small signals, the stronger the connection between consciousness and subconscious becomes, and the more open reality becomes to you. Blank. Faith, the vital factor to sustain transformation. Visualization alone is not enough. Faith is the glue that binds the reality transformation process. When you practice the third eye activation technique, you plant a seed into the subconscious. But if afterward you constantly doubt, worry, or revert to the old state, it is like a person who just planted a seed but digs up the soil to check if it has grown. You must believe that as long as you see it in your mind, sooner or later, you will see it in real life. And the time needed does not depend on luck but on how synchronized you are with the emotional frequency you visualized. Feelings of joy, happiness, freedom. You need to maintain them actively in daily life to strengthen the message you sent to the universe. Blank. The new reality will gradually take shape if you continue to live as if it has already happened. The video creator shares his personal experience when he practiced this technique intending to overcome stagnation in developing his YouTube channel. Just a few days later, An old video suddenly exploded with over 100,000 views. More interestingly, his team also changed. A new member joined, bringing exactly the knowledge he needed to develop content, as if the universe rearranged the pieces when he was ready. This is not a supernatural miracle, but a natural expression of the law of resonance and energy synchronization. When you change inside, reality must restructure itself to match the new you. The outside world is always a perfect mirror of the inner world. You change your thoughts, feelings, vibration frequency, and reality has no choice but to respond accordingly. Blank. _ blank. In summary, 3 things to remember after practicing the third eye visualization technique. 1. Receive and appreciate every sign no matter how small. It is the universe's confirmation that you are getting closer. 2. Maintain faith and the corresponding emotions. Live as if it has already become reality. 3. Do not repeat the exercise immediately. Wait at least 3 days before doing it again. Do not plant the seed then dig it up. Blank. _ blank. By practicing this technique regularly and fully, you not only awaken the third eye but also reactivate your entire internal creative system, what the ancients called the soul technology. And when you learn to use the third eye to see, you will also learn how to create.